ground. You know when they go to ground. You know when they come around. If they wanna clown, then we gun them down. I'm war ready, was born ready, I'm more ready. I'm saying this now, making sure that the morgue ready. Yeah. We got some drop-offs, battle formation, I'm waiting for you to pop off. Right after you make your first move, get your rocks off. Next thing you'll head to the dirt, we are not soft. I took a loss, but nah, I ain't panicking. I be making moves, you staying still like a mannequin. Think you got the force, but shit, I'm feeling like Anakin. Hit the chick with the lightsaber, might save her. Doing moves tight major with light paper. And H-Town on them blades like an ice skater. Yeah, at that one West Passover. Sit down, take a seat till the class over. Far from sober, but I ain't puffin' no Doja. Bartender, bring me tequila. Hold the soda, shit. Hold the ice too. Flood it like a typhoon. We can get 6 shooters, 10 paces high noon. We have Player Street, all-star studded like it's all.
Because that's what it means. That's what it means to serve the Lord. That's His will. The Lord's will is about provision. The Lord's will is about separation. The Lord's will is about not gratifying yourself. The Lord's will is about not satisfying yourself. That's what the Lord's will is about.
You know who I go to ground with, my niggas. You know when
I know that might be a foreign concept. No thanks to Christianity. We don't go to have fathers like we're supposed to in the black home. We don't have fathers, you understand, in the black Hispanic and Native American homes like we were supposed to. No thanks to Christianity and no thanks to America.
You can't feel me. Unless you sip 100 proof. I got 100 soldiers with me, that's 200 boots. We get to stomping like a Kappa or a Q. But don't mistake me for no rapper, I'm the Jew. The streets cold, so I throw on the cover. You a bitch, don't get mad at me, get mad at your mother. Put my life on the line like I got me another. Yeah, shit, it's like I'm on another level here. You second tier, I'm pulling guns, that's on Metal Gear. It's hell out here, but shit, I die heavenly. AK equipped with the drum, it holds 70. Twin revolvers, bucket you duck like Yosemite. Yeah, I hear a lot of rappers puffing on their enemies. I don't smoke, but I drink their tears like it's
hallowed is a word that means holy, meaning the Lord's name is separate. The Lord's name is about division. The Lord's name is about separation. Throughout the Bible, it talks about separation and division.
Even wanna hear about rappers. Heavy gut punch, knock the air out rappers. Ain't nobody fucking around with my niggas. You know who I go to ground with, my niggas. You know when they come around, if they wanna clown, then we gun them down for my niggas. Ain't nobody fucking around with my niggas. You know who I go to ground with, my niggas. You know when they come around, if they wanna clown, then we gun them down for my niggas.
It's supposed to be thy will be done. The Lord's will is supposed to be done. Not your will, not grandma's will, not mommy's will, not Uncle Bobby's will, not the Democratic Party's will, not the Republican Party's will, not the Independent Party's will. It said what? Thy will be done. Thy will be done. The Lord's will is supposed to be done.
You boy, you know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in, yeah. But that was my nigga, yeah. I'm in you. Got my nigga Rewan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my I can gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? On shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping, man, hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Fuck wrong with you, boy?
Us in here, but this is about an oppressive, fucked up system designed to keep niggas down and shit. Y'all wouldn't know nothing about that. What about you, little nigga? You know about that?
Yes.
Oh, you know about that? Tell me what you know about that. Tell me what you think about that.
I turn up when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, you gon' find me in the field. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. I go hard when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, find me in the field. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. Belly of the beast, we been living in hell. They like, damn, Kai, how could you tell? Put us in the project, set us up to fail. Round here, bullets be flying like hell. Too many of my niggas either dead or in jail. Make a nigga work when you locked in a cell. Can't find work when you out on bail, but your homie got the work, so we passed you a scale. Got them birds like the Bible got quail. Niggas selling out cause they mama got bills. Turning the coons like Oprah and Gail. How you sell your soul just to get a little kale? They put you in a dress when you get a record deal. Wanna see a nigga getting high on pills? You can dance on a pole, you can sell that tail, but they never tell a nigga that he can go to Yale. We all created equal, that's white males. All lives matter, not black males. Another mother crying, another coffin got a nail. How many brothers out here got killed? How many of our sisters out here gotta heal? How many more caps gotta get peeled? We beef with each other so quick to pull the steel. George Zimmerman still alive and well. I turn up when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, you can find me in the field. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. I go hard when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, find me in the field. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. I turn up when it's real in the field. Feel. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Feel. Light-skinned nigga, you can find me in the field. Feel. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. Chill. Yo, chill!
The industrial complex is a system situated at the intersection of government and private interests. It uses prisons as a solution to social, political, and economic problems. It includes human rights violations, the death penalty, slave labor, policing, courts, the media, political prisoners, and the elimination of dissent.
They just want us to die in silence. They just want us to die in silence. I might start me a fucking riot. Slave rebellion, no compliance. They just want us to die in silence. They murder minds like they got a license. I pray for the coronavirus to kill all of these violent tyrants. They prey on us like they poaching lions. World War III's on the horizon. Black and Hispanics form alliance. From the west coast to the islands, this pressure is making diamonds. They go waking sleeping giants. I turn up when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, you can find me in the field. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. I go hard when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, find me in the field. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. I turn up when it's real in the field. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. But feel.
Nigga, did you just say what I was trying to say, but smarter? I like this little nigga.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
I'm with shits. I'm with shits. I'm with shits. I'm with shits. I view my adversary through a microscope as a small thing. They wax fat, we ballin'. Babylon keep falling. By all means, these salt teams is crack of dust. Esau won't respawn, they the soul people we have to crush. They shackled us, we out the cuffs. It's your turn to slow burn till after dusk. My Caucasian plantation, those reparations won't amount to much. That blonde hair with them blue eyes and that pig flesh won't hassle us. Shawty hollering that hee-haw, cause that gluteus on Maximus. My whip drip on 100 thighs. We gunning down, you runaways. They from the cave, not underpaid. I'm Hunger slaves, just for fun, play Hunger Games. Put you in the front like you running things. Uriah, any back talk, you kiss the asphalt, and I sing you to the Messiah. You'll be auctioned off with the shipping costs. I purchased some good diver, bought my Donald Trump and my Richard Nixon. I'm Willie Lynch incarnate. Keep a short leash on you varmint. String you up if you brave-hearted. Only thing red, white, and blue will be your remains washed off of my garment. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang, ayy.
Went from riding on the boat to hanging on oak. God hate these white folks, you can say what you want. This ain't a joke, I ain't laugh at shit. They gon' make it to the kingdom, yeah, with shackled wrists. Yeah. Put they ass in chains with a yoke of iron. Whip hit his back, sound like I opened fire. I ain't gon' lie, I wanna see him suffer. Can't escape cause under the sun, the place of judgment. Yeah, I got a perpetual hatred. They scared of replacement theory cause they destined for slavery. Yeah. You gotta hear this, the patience of the saints. Hell yeah. Many prophets desired to see that day. UPK, we gon' take the kingdom. He don't deal with other nations, he gon' plead with heathens. I ain't gon' stop until I see him in the cotton field. Yeah. Ain't no other option, I'm a diarrhea.
I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang.
All right, that's it. Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, Brakathum to the brothers, and Shalom, Yahweh Shamar Alathun Ba'ashim Yahushua to the sisters. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started at a 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahana, and we're not affiliated with any other Israelite group nor any other Christian organization. All right, Salaki, this is what I forgot, Officer Cole. Can you maximize that for me as well? That screen, I forgot to maximize it. Salaki. The water. Salaki about that. All right. Of course, this is the Brotherhood class. Everybody knows how I get down with the Brotherhood class. I have 3 simple questions. We're going to move through them pretty quick. If you guys have any questions, not just in the classroom, but online, make sure you ask, and I'll do my best to get to your questions as soon as possible. Of course, if you know me, if you don't know me by now, I'm real concise. I'm real quick to the point, and I do my best to explain things in detail, but also to be as concise. So make sure when you guys ask your questions, be as concise as possible as well. If it has to be lengthy, no sweat. All right. So because this is the Brotherhood class, my first question is, what is synonymous with brotherhood? If you have the answer, of course, you could just raise your hand. If you're online, of course, you could just write down, type in the answer. All right. Please. Either one. I can't hear y'all. Salaki. Sisterhood. There you go. I said anyone. Salaki. That's my fault. All right, sisterhood, right? So brotherhood and sisterhood are synonymous with each other. All right. We must keep that in mind. All right. Brotherhood and sisterhood are synonymous with each other. You can't have brotherhood without sisterhood, and you can't have sisterhood without brotherhood. All right. That said, all right, if brotherhood and sisterhood are synonymous with each other, what is brotherhood and what is sisterhood? Sister, nah. One more time. Love. Exactly. Give that sister a hand. Give both of them a hand. All right. They both answered those 2 questions correctly. That is something essential to know, that brotherhood is love. Sisterhood is love. Whatever your Christian church has taught us or taught you is absolutely incorrect and wrong. Brotherhood is love and sisterhood is love. That said, we must have a unanimous definition of love. Love cannot just be what you think it is. Love cannot just be what you feel it is. Love isn't what your grandfather taught you or what your grandmother taught you or whatever the Christian church taught you or Islam taught you, whatever the hell taught you. Love is what the Lord taught us and said what love is. So that said, what is love? What is love according to the Bible? Sis.
Following the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Exactly. Following the laws, statutes, and commandments. And my precept is 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. All right. That is the concise answer to what love is. Don't allow any Christian pastor, any bishop, any Christian, any Muslim tell you anything different. Love is exactly what God says it is. Here's the issue, right? And I have like a how can I say, like a weird philosophy. Now, this is just my philosophy, right? Because I'm gonna talk about pretty much like almost human nature. The human race I've noticed the human race in general, no matter what race, all right, or nationality in this case, there's some kind of fallacy in humans where if we take it upon ourselves to figure things out, we end up doing things our own way. And we end up becoming individuals. Y'all feel me on that? And so because of so, right, we start to create our own philosophies and our own doctrines and et cetera, et cetera. So that's the main flaw that I've studied in relation to the entire human race or humanity. And so I've come to the conclusion that humanity must have some form of mediator or something in between to give definitions of, or like a interpretation of, or et cetera, et cetera. There must be something in between that. Because like for an example, if I asked you what's a good man or what's a good woman, you'll tell me what you think a good woman is, or you would tell me what a good man is. However, the problem with that is I'll get 18 different answers from 18 different people. And that said, we'll never know what a good man actually is, or what a good woman actually is, or what a good son looks like, or what a good daughter looks like, what a good husband looks like, or what a good wife looks like. We'll never know. So we must have something in between that. We must have some kind of mediator. And so the Lord's words must be able to mediate that. The Lord's words is what comes in between that. That's what makes the scriptures so beautiful and so great and so wonderful, because it really gives us a way to mediate our thoughts. It gives us a way to mediate our imaginations. The biggest problem with humans in general, before I even get to our people alone, right, is our imaginations and the things that we think and the things that we feel and our emotions. Those are like the key components that stop us from being who we need to be as a people. That actually gets us in a lot of trouble than we think. One's imaginations, one's thoughts, one's emotions, one's feelings, one's desires, that gets us in the most trouble as a race of people. If I now want to talk about so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And this is also something that we must understand too. Our race comes with a set of laws, a set of rules, and a set of guidelines. This is what makes us special and unique from other races and nations of people. That your race, our nationality, our ethnicity comes with guidelines, comes with rules, and come with laws. You can't be how everyone else is, because it will not work for you if you're black, and it will not work for you if you're Latino, and it won't work for you if you're Native American. It just won't work. Our oppressor, for an example, can live life as the greatest homosexual on the planet Earth. He could be the greatest unaliver, murderer on the planet Earth, and he will build the most successful nation to ever live. But if you are black and you want to be a homosexual, if you're Latino and Native American and you want to be an unaliver, your countries will fail. Your nation will fail. Our Latino brothers and sisters have their own country and their own land, but they fail because they have took the customs and the way of life and the philosophies and the doctrines of another race of people, of the Spaniards and of the Portuguese. And they didn't take it willingly. It was done by force. If you guys were in my class last night, I went over slavery. I went over the Jesuits. I went over the Catholic Church. I went over the priests and the evangelists and the terrible, horrific things that they've done to so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans in America and Central America and South America. All of this, I've said all that to say this. It's important for us to love each other. That's the only way that we're going to be able to protect each other, the only way we're going to live in harmony amongst each other. If you want to stop the abortion rate, if you want to stop all the unaliving, you want to stop the violence wherever you are, we must learn how to love each other. And there's a way to love each other, because it's not just a thought, it's not just a feeling, it's not just what you feel, it's what you do. That's what it boils down to. Your race requires you to do things. Your race requires you to move a certain way and to be in motion a certain way, meaning to not be a liar. Y'all can give me a bunch of laws online, but I'm going to just list off a few. All right. To not be a liar, to not be a homosexual, to not be a lesbian, to not be an ally of the LGBTQIA plus community. I am baffled when I see brothers wanting to be an ally to the LGBTQIA plus community, and they want to look me dead in my face and tell me that they're not homo, that they're not a homosexual. Why are you trying to be an ally to the LGBTQIA plus community if you don't like having sex with men yourself? Unless you must love having sex with men. Then secretly you want to have sex with a trans woman. Just be honest. Sometimes I can't speak because of how baffled I am. I'm flabbergasted. The worst kind of homosexual to exist is one who doesn't think that he is one. And that also goes for those females. The worst lesbian you can ever run into is one that doesn't think that she is one. You know what I'm saying? You're just homo. You're LGBT. You're one of them rainbow cats. No sweat. Just admit it. But don't sit here to my face and tell me, well, I'm an ally because my brother's this and my sister's that. No, you're not. You don't have to be that. You understand? Your brother went to jail a few times. You didn't go to court in support, did you? Now, are you an ally of the court system now because your brother was in and out of court and in and out of jail because he was a menace to society? So now you want to go past the bar. That's not what you did you? No one has ever done that. It doesn't make any sense, right? No shape ups, no tattoos. Like these are things you must realize that we cannot do. That's what love looks like. Love looks like you not being a tattoo artist and allowing someone to come to you for ink therapy. A lot of our people get tattoos because it's therapeutic. I don't know if anyone knew that. Like if you actually look at the tattoos on a brother or on a sister, they got the angels on their back. They got Christian crosses here. They got the names of their fallen loved ones. They got the names of they fallen homeboys that may have fell out in the street. Whatever the case may be, it's therapeutic because they've been through so much. They got teardrops coming from their eyes, and that also means something. But I'm not going to get into that. But it's really therapy. It's ink therapy because really, if you look at a brother or a sister with a bunch of tattoos, just know they're depressed. Just know they're going through hell, and that's why they have a bunch of tattoos. Guess what also comes with a bunch of tattoos? Smoking weed and getting high. Because they're depressed. They're going through a lot. You know what else comes with that? Being a drug addict, being a drug dealer, and things like that. Like all of these come together. That's why it's important for us to love each other a certain way. It's essential for Blacks and Latinos and Native Americans to love each other. That said, the only way we'll be able to build a nuclear family like all of these Black conscious people want to talk about is we must learn how to love each other. And we must go to the beginning in order to realize how that is done. Of course, y'all can go ahead and give me a bunch of more laws on how to love each other, like not selling each other pork, not eating pork, shrimp, and lobster, not watching pornography, not browsing the internet for prostitutes and escorts and things like that. That is a sure way to definitely to love each other. Keep in mind, you can't have explicit content. You can't have OnlyFans. You can't have these explicit websites without child molestation. You understand? I pray that everybody gets that. All right. And the only reason why we do these things is because these are behaviors that we learned from our oppressor. We learned how to have sex. We learned how to build relationships. We learned how to build marriages based on what we saw our oppressor do. How our oppressor did it. We see it through his lenses and no one else's because he oppressed us. He forced us to see the world from his eyes. He brutalized us and sexualized us and abused us to see the world through his eyes. That's why we go to college and we take humanities and there's a white professor for the most part, depending on what college you go to. You take philosophy, you take psychology, you take social sciences, you take sociology, and it's some white professor drilling in your head, some oppressor instructor, university professor drilling in your head to see the world through his eyes. He will also challenge you throughout the class so you can also, once again, see the world and his worldview through his eyes. And it must be done that way in order to keep so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans oppressed. Now, real quick, Officer Mataza Karai, if you could put Genesis chapter 2, verse 21. We're going to start there. So we're going to go from the beginning, and I'm going to show you brotherhood and sisterhood within building a nuclear family and what marriage looks like, what having sex actually looks like. A lot of our problems comes with sex. A lot of our issues come from how we have sex, where we have it, how we have it, who we have it with. So many of these problems, a lot of our problems come from that. It's completely essential to know how one is supposed to have sexual intercourse and sexual relations. The original definition of sexual intercourse, right? If you did not know, was a male and a female. All right. That was the initial definition. That was the initial definition of sexual intercourse. Was a male and a female, a man and a woman having sex with each other. And then because of our disgusting oppressor, the second definition of sexual intercourse is whatever kind of sex that we know now, which is homosexuality and lesbianism, right? And so now those things count as sex. So in tonight's class, we're going to go over that because it's important that this is what we know how to build a nuclear family. There are so many things that are presented to the Black, Latino, and Native American community and displayed to our families to destroy us and to ruin us. And we must know how to fight against it. Bubba Kwasha, if you can, whenever you're ready. Salaki.
Genesis chapter 2.
Yeah, Genesis chapter 2, verse 21.
The book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 21. And the Most High power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam.
So now the Lord caused a deep sleep to come upon Adam. Now, Adam was the first man that the Lord gave the truth to. Adam was the first man that the Lord gave his laws, statutes, and commandments to. If you just go a little bit above, it'll discuss the breath of life. I believe in verse 7 or verse 8, something like that. Or maybe even verse 9. I can't remember the exact verse, but it talks about the breath of life. And that breath going through a man's nostrils was the Lord's statutes, his laws, his statutes, and his commandments, essentially love. And so in order to establish love, in order for the Most High to establish love, he had to put Adam through a deep sleep. He had to make him unaware of a certain situation, because if he was aware of this situation, he wouldn't know how to love. He wouldn't know what it means to love. And so Adam, this is the process of Adam learning how to love. I'm bringing this up because this is the beginning of love. Genesis, bara ashath in the Hebrew, meaning the beginning. Ha bara ashath, in the beginning. Go ahead.
Oh,
it's like it.
And he slept, and he took one of his ribs.
So now it says he took one of his ribs. Does anybody know what a rib is? Please. That's, but however, this is where we get that from. But what is a rib? But that's a good answer, but not the right answer. Anybody else want to give it a shot? What is a rib, please? So I can go ahead. You said okay, right? Your ribs, but what is it? If you wanted to generalize it, what is a rib? Give me one word to generalize it.
Bone.
There you go. A rib is a bone. Right. The water. Give sister a 9 hands. That's absolutely correct. A rib is a bone. And so now, I want y'all to keep that in mind, because that's what's going to help explain everything else in the future. If you know a rib is a bone, we're really about to get into how the Lord established love. Go ahead, Bubba Kusha.
And closed up the flesh instead thereof.
So now when it says he closed up the flesh thereof, meaning nothing else was taken out of Adam, from Adam, in relation to who he is, what he is, and where he comes from. It was closed up. That was it. There was no one else coming from Adam, please.
So we would get the precept, bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. Is that correct?
Yes. However, I believe that's the next scripture where he says it, I think. But once we get there, there is a precept. And if you have that precept for me, just you can go ahead and read it. Go ahead and go to verse 22.
Verse 22. And the rib which the Most High power had taken from man made he a woman.
So now this is what makes a woman a woman. You must come from the man that the Lord gave power to. It says, and the rib which the Lord God, the Most High God, had taken from man. So remember, the Lord gave Adam breath, gave him his laws, his statutes, and commandments. To even be considered a woman, you must come from him. You must come from Adam. You must come from where he comes from. You must come from what he is. Does everybody kind of get the gist of it? Like, this is the definition of love right here. And I'm gonna go further into it. Please go to verse actually continue reading verse 22.
Made he a woman and brought her unto the man.
So now this is now considered a woman simply because she comes from Adam. Now I'm saying it like this because it's all going to make sense towards the end. I'm not trying to give y'all the answer right away. But once again, this is love right here. This is the Lord's first act of establishing love, all right, in the Bible. This is history right here. Even though it's not the history class, this is the Brotherhood class. This is where love began. Go ahead. Verse 23.
Verse 23. And Adam said.
Now this is coming from Adam.
the man that the Lord put his laws and his statutes and commandments in. Please.
This is now bone of my bone.
Now, bone of my bones. Now, remember, I asked y'all the question, what's a rib? A bone. And now it says what?
And flesh of my flesh.
So now this woman has now become Adam's bones of his bones and the flesh of his flesh. Now, essentially, does anybody know what that means without us going to the precept first? If anybody wants to give it a shot, excluding Officer Kalsapar, of course, because I'm sure he knows. But anybody else? La'a, no chances, no givers, no takers. Sister Na. Okay, right. That is true. Say it again. Family. Yes, right. Family. Give both of them a hand. They're pretty much right there. Right, a family. Now, off the cost apart, you got my preset for that. Second Samuel 19 and 12. That'll be a good one. We can do. I think 2 Samuel 19 and 12 would be a good one. Let's see what that says. All right. So now, when the Lord has said, "This is now bone of," now Adam said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh." Now, if you have not noticed, right, which we're about to get to, that deep sleep of making Adam unaware, and then of course, the Lord closing the flesh thereof. That was the Lord closing up his family. This is his family from here on out. That's it. Adam and this woman, which we will learn eventually that her name is Eve, meaning life, Chaya, and her name means life for a reason, because she was given life by having sex with Adam and becoming Adam's wife. That's what made her life, because Adam gave her life, just like the Lord gave Adam life and breath, which is his laws, his statutes, and commandments. So whatever Adam knew, now Eve knew. Once they had sex, these were things that must have gone. You got that precept? Go ahead and read it, Biblical Shop.
2 Samuel chapter 19 and verse 12. Ye are my brethren.
Mm-hmm.
Ye are my bones and my flesh.
So ye are my brethren. So now, brethren, right, is members of your family. Ye are my bones and my flesh. So this is one occasion where it says, where the Israelites use when talking to King David, explaining that, hey, you are my brethren, you are my bone, and you are my flesh. This is how black people talk. If you can also give me Psalms, not Psalms. So like I believe that's 1 Samuel 5 and 1 as well. Give me I think it's 1 or 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel 5 and 1. Let's get that as well. 2 Samuel chapter 5 verse 1. Bubba Kwashai, if you can too, also 2 Samuel 5 and 1. This is how blacks and Latinos and Native Americans talk, right? What do we call each other when to express that we are family or we are brethren? What saying do we use the most? To give it to you for time's sake is, you are my flesh and blood. That's how we talk. Now, are you literally my flesh and blood in relation to literally being the flesh on my skin and actual blood, meaning the red that comes out of me? No, you're not literally that. However, when I say you my flesh and blood, that means you come from my family. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and you got it.
Then 1 Samuel chapter 5 verse 1. Then came all the tribes of Israel.
So now this is all the tribes of Israel. The first account from the second one I pulled. Go ahead.
To David unto Hebron, and spake, saying, Behold, we are thy bone and thy flesh.
There we go. So now we have a second account, and I'll get my third account. First Chronicles chapter 11 verse 1. All right. First Chronicles chapter 11 verse 1. Now this is how we establish love. This right here. The Christian church can't teach you this, because Christianity was a religion made to oppress blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We proved it last night in the history class. the Jesuits, the Puritans, the Pilgrims, the Baptists, the Southern Baptist Convention, the Amish, the Salvation Army, the Pentecostal, your Catholic Church, your Protestant Church, all of these denominations of Christianity and the entire Christianity religion was a religion made to oppress so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. It was meant to throw you away and take you away from the love that the Lord intended you to have, or intended us to have, for all so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. When our oppressor forced us to see his worldview from his lenses, and when we learned how to have sex from him, and when we saw how to build families and relationships from his eyes, from his lenses, from his philosophies, from his doctrines, that took us further away from the love that the Lord established since Adam and Eve. And I'm proving it right here in the Bible. If you can, that would be First Chronicles chapter 11, verse 1. And you can just read it whenever you got it, of course. I think it's on the screen too now.
This is all Israel got themselves. The same one.
No, so this is the third account, right? This is the third account. Yeah, this is the third one.
First Chronicles 11, verse 1. Then all Israel gathered themselves to David unto Hebron, saying, Behold, we are thy bone and thy flesh.
So here we are. So I gave you 3 accounts. So there's no way as a Christian you could say, well, that's not what bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh means. It literally means you come from the same tribe, from the same family, and the same race of people. Race absolutely matters when it comes to marriage. Oh no. From the beginning, the Lord established love by teaching Adam how to be separate and how to be holy and how to put his nation and his ethnicity first. It was absolutely essential when it comes to building a nuclear family. You must build it with your kind. Lions can't build the lions. Lions can't build a pride if they start having sex with jaguars and panthers and cheetahs. There was no all paws mattered then. You understand? It wasn't that all fur and tails mattered then and all fangs and teeth matter then. Lions have sex with lions. Cheetahs have sex with cheetahs. Leopards have sex with leopards. Panthers have sex with panthers. Jaguars have sex with jaguars. Mountain lions have sex with mountain lions. Cats have sex with cats. You don't see them intermingling. Our oppressor, being as disgusting he is, he forces them to intermingle to create some breed that dies 10 years later and that suffers 12 years later. And damn near breeding it to extinction. That's what our oppressor has done. But our power, the Most High God, our power, that's not how we intended it. This is what love looks like. Sometimes you can just walk outside the door and just study nature, and you can see what love looks like. Like I say, you see the lions mating with lions. Well, that's love. You know what I'm saying? You see certain birds, all right, mating with their own kind of species of birds. That's love. Even trees mate with the same trees. Trees, there's a male tree and a female tree, and they make more trees. You can't have an oak tree mating with a willow tree and expect an oak tree. That's not how it's going to work. You're going to have a mixed up, unpurified oak willow tree, and it's going to die and wither away by next spring. It's not going to work. If you could just step outside just for a moment and study nature, just some of nature, you'll see, man, this is what love looks like. This is what the Lord intended things to be. But our oppressor is the author of confusion. But our Most High power is not the author of confusion. He is the author of what? Peace, because peace is the opposite of confusion. Well, this is what peace looks like. When you see peace throughout the Bible, meaning shalom in the Hebrew, that means having sex with your own race, your own nationality, and your own ethnicity. That's what peace looks like. Because you can't have peace if you decide as a black man to marry an oppressor, to marry a Miley Cyrus or a Kim Kardashian or whatever oppressor woman you can think of. Who was Diana Ross married some oppressor man and made Ellis Ross. That's a light-skinned white woman. You understand? That causes confusion. So listen, she would have been better off having children with Michael Jackson, even though to this day, now this is just my philosophy, she is a child molester and she had sex with that boy at a young age, and she did him so wrong. But it would have been better for her to have kids by him than some oppressor. All right, and I can prove that to you in the Bible. I'm doing it right now because that's what real love looks like. All right, that's what real love looks like. Us dealing with each other and only us. If you can bring me back to Genesis chapter 2, Bubba shot Genesis chapter 2. I think we got to finish 23 out. Bubba shot.
Genesis, let's start from the top. Genesis,
Yeah, please.
Chapter 2, verse 23. And Adam said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman.
Yup.
Because she was taken out of man."
That's literally the reason why she was called a woman. It's because of Adam. And I broke it down. Because she comes from Adam's family is why this is how you're considered to be a woman. Our oppressors don't even consider them to be women for real. They're not women to you. You understand? From this context and from this sense, our oppressors are not women. African women are not women to us. East Indian women are not women to us. Chinese women, Japanese women, East Indian women, they are not women to us. But Latinas, those are women to us. Women from Puerto Rico, El Salvador, the DR, from Haiti, from the Caribbeans, those are women to us. Black women, them Judites, them Judites, brother, Salaki. No offense to y'all Latina tribes, like, goddamn Judite, Judah, Judah, those are women. You understand? All right. The Native Americans, if they're the women from the Iroquois, from the Comanche, the Cherokee, the Apache, the Seminoles, you name it, those are women to us. But from these other nations and races of people, they are not women. And sidebar, even though I say I'm Gad, I love Judite women. I think I might be Judah after all. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, but Bubba Kwashab, take me to verse 24. I think we'll finish out there.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother.
Yep, go ahead.
And shall cleave unto his wife.
Yep.
And they shall be one flesh.
And they shall be what?
One flesh.
Meaning they should be one family. This was the essential of building a marriage. Now, some of y'all single sisters out there, all right? And I just got to bring it up one more time. Just one more time for y'all single sisters out there. Leave me alone when it comes to a man having wives. You take me to this scripture all the time. Oh, well, you know, from the beginning, it was this Adam and Eve. Bitch, you're lonely. You're alone. You don't even have a man. You do not fit this description. You don't even fit this description at all. Excuse my language. That's going to be the last time I use the B word so I don't get checked by Cap. Salaki, Cap Nazan the Shah. That's how to say it just one time. Salaki. Anyway, you don't even fit this description. All right? Leave me alone. All right? Moving on. Can we go to verse 25 and we'll just finish out there? I think that's the end of the... No, it's not the end of the chapter, is it? I think it is. We'll just finish it out.
Verse 25. And they were both naked. The man and his wife. And were not ashamed.
So now when it says they were both naked in relation to, they didn't have any other one's customs and culture on them. I'm not going to go into the details of that because I really want to focus on the fact of this is what love looks like. As in, of course, interracial marriaging is against the Most High God, and that's not what love looks like. So I want to really focus on that. But in a later class, naked means they were free from the culture and the customs of the other nations and races of people in the garden. And, you know, because of your Christian church and because of Christianity, we were taught that there weren't other nations and races of people in the garden. Well, there were. Those, you can read that in the book of Ezekiel, I believe chapter 36, right? 36 yeah, that's right. The trees, like the trees and the goodly boughs of Lebanon and things like that. And the trees envied. I believe that's either Ezekiel 37 or 36. It's one of those two. I think it's one of them. But anyway, that's what that precept would be about. All right. Bring me to Genesis chapter 6, verses 4 through 9. We're going to go. This is what brotherhood and sisterhood looks like. Dealing with your own nation and race of people. Who would have known that it mattered who you had sex with? Who you have sex with determines how much love you have for your nationality. So like for your ethnicity. I know your oppressor may have taught you otherwise, that there's only one race, which is the human race, and we all bleed red. I'm tired of hearing that garbage too as well. That's a bunch of trash, a bunch of garbage, a bunch of ISUPK, meaning garbage in the Hebrew. It's a bunch of ISUPK, a bunch of trash. You understand? There are many nationalities and ethnicities in the human race, and race absolutely matters, and it determines how much love you have for them. And I'm going to prove it to you right now in Genesis chapter 6, verse 4.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days.
So there were giants in the earth in these days. Now, of course, because of your folklores and your fictional stories by your oppressor, you may think that these were actual giants like 3, 5, 4, like the Johnny and the Beanstalk climbing up this big beans, whatever the hell it is. I remember that. You know what I'm talking about? Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's an old. I brought some memories out, right? Yeah, that's an old childhood story. Our oppressor loves fiction. You understand? They love it. You know why? Because they, deep down inside, in their filthy, disgusting imagination, they wish they can have sex with the mystical creatures they create. I don't know if you noticed, but just not our oppressor, but the heathens as well. You can find that in Japanese culture, Chinese culture. Well, they will pretend to dress up like animals and fantasize with having sex with these animals, because deep down inside, these people want to have sex with foxes, squirrels, frogs, whatever the case may be, sheep, wolves, dogs. Our oppressor literally has sexual intercourse with dogs and horses. The water says they literally do it. I kid you not. It's all over the internet. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. I know you're disgusting. Don't look it up. But just take my word for it. It's all over the internet. They have sex with dogs and horses. That's what they do. They fantasize. They fantasize about it. It just surrounds their culture. And so they put their culture and their doctrines and their philosophies into the Bible. And so when you read the Bible where it says they were giants in the earth in those days, you thought these were like 20-foot, 30-foot, 80-foot people. All right. And then you believe any image you see online of bones being 80 foot tall. Nigga, have you really seen that yourself? Really? Like you trust some picture found in Africa, the quote unquote motherland of all races of people. It's like, somewhere in Nigeria, they found bones of an 80-foot person. Okay, well, where's the 80-foot person today? How did we become only but 9 feet, 8 feet tall? There are people who are 9 feet, please. Right, the Nephilim, right, and right, the water. Give also the cause of Par a hand. The Nephilim. That word giant in the Hebrew is, I believe, it's a Napoleon or a Napotholium, whatever, and that's where you get the word Nephilim from. It's a Hebrew word for giants, and there's many definitions to one word. Meaning, imagine I say, "Hey, yo, this dude, he big out here." Am I saying he's like huge? No, I'm just saying he got clout. Everybody know him. Well, that's what it means. There were giants in the earth in those days. All right. The biggest, the closest giant we've seen so far was Shaquille O'Neal in our generation. All right. There were no 80-foot people, 90-foot people, as much as you want to believe. All right. You'll never be 80 foot tall. You'll never be able to listen, I know I'm breaking some hearts out there for you oppressors. Stop fantasizing having sex with giants. All right. You're not going to be able to have sex with a 30-foot person. All right. Goddamn. Continue, please.
And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men.
So if you pay close attention to the wording, it says the sons of God and the daughters of men. The reason why it said that is because there are different nationalities and races of people at this time. You had the sons of God. Well, who are the sons of God? Can you please give me the precept in Luke? I want to say it's Luke chapter 1. No, Luke chapter 3, verse 38. Luke chapter 3, verse 38. I will prove to you that the sons of God are the people that come from Adam. I'm gonna prove it to you. This is what love looks like. Love looks like dealing with your own race of people. Genesis chapter 6, we may or may not get into it, but Luke chapter 3, verse 38. Luke chapter 3, verse 38. Bubba Kwashai, Luke chapter 3, verse 38. The Lord flooded the earth because we didn't know how to love each other. I don't know if y'all knew that. But the Lord, you got it? You got it? Whenever you do. Oh, right. Con, you can wait though. You can wait if it's easier for you to read on the screen. Salaki about that.
We got Luke chapter 3, verse 38. Which was the son of Enos. Which was the son of Seth. Which was the son of Adam.
There you go.
Which was the son of God.
So Adam was the son of God. Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, wasn't the only son of God. So was Adam. Because the sons of God was an actual race of people. Now, if you continue back to Genesis chapter 6, verse 4, was anybody aware that the nation of Israel, our name comes from the race, the sons of God? That's literally the spirit behind the name of Israel. Does anybody know what the name of Israel stands for? Like the meaning behind it? Anybody in class or anybody online too as well? Right? Anybody? No, nobody knows what. Man, y'all don't know what Yasha Allah mean? Go ahead. You got right. Prince. Give also a call to Sapara a hand. All right. The Prince of the Power. What's a prince? The son of a king, and the power. That's God in the Hebrew. So literally, our name Yashar Allah or Israel comes from, literally means and translates the Son of God, because the Lord has always dealt with one race of people from the beginning of time. I'm proving to you in the Bible. You can't go listen. What's that joint in on training day? I'm surgical with this shit, Jack. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You cannot escape. All right, please continue.
Start from the top.
No, please.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men.
Now these are the daughters of men. Go ahead.
And they bare children to them. The same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown.
Now these people also be. Now this is how you know. Now if you go back to 4 real quick, right? Now I didn't even really have to leave the scripture to prove my point, but it tells you at the bottom of the scripture what giants mean in context. Like sometimes you don't even got to run away from a scripture when a Christian pulls it, right? I'll stay in listen. I know how to stay in my lane. We'll stay right here. It says became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. That's what it means to be a giant. It says it in the scripture, meaning these weren't talking about extremely tall people. All right. You just don't know what you're talking about, and stop fantasizing. Please, verse 5.
Verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth.
Now keep in mind, this was wickedness to the Most High God, because from the beginning, we were never supposed to interracially marriage. Where did we learn that from? Well, we learned that from our forefather, the Son of God, which was Adam. We learned that from our foremother, which was Eve. Her name Chaya in the Hebrew, which means life, because she came from man. She came from Adam, from Adam's family. This is where we learned that from. Dealing with your own nationality and your own ethnicity in your own nation has always been of God, and that's what real love looks like. I cannot express this enough, please.
And that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Some things just start from your imagination. Some of the evil things we think about, it starts with your imagination. If you want to stop doing the evil things that you're doing, subdue your conscience, subdue your mind, subdue your imagination. The Lord never intended you to have this big, great, wonderful imagination that you have today in America. We were supposed to limit to what we were thinking about, what we were foreseeing, and things like that. Because sometimes your imagination can get you in trouble. You understand? Your imagination can get you. Have you ever heard of curiosity has killed the cat? Y'all heard that saying before. Well, that's a prime example of your imagination, causing you harm. It could get you in some trouble. Well, we were never supposed to imagine ourselves being with another nation of people. We were never supposed to lay down and have sex with the daughters of men. It is essential that as a man, you stick your rod into a Black, Latino, and Native American woman, and never an Asian woman in relation to a Chinese woman, a Japanese woman, a Vietnamese woman, a Korean woman. Like, forget about the yellow fever. You understand? Forget about that yellow fever. Have it what they call it. I think they call it jungle fever for us, right? For white men having sex with us or whatever. Have jungle fever instead as a Black, Latino, Native American man. Deal with the Puerto Ricans, deal with the Dominicans, deal with the Haitians, deal with the Caribbeans, deal with the North Native Americans, deal with the natives of this land who are the Israelites according to the Bible. That's what the Lord wants. Go ahead.
And verse 6, and it repented the Most High that he had made man on the earth. And it grieved him at his heart.
Listen, interracial marriaging was so terrible. Men having sex with other nations or races of people to the Lord, it repented. He had to repent and say, "Yo, I'm gonna have to get rid of them." Go to verse 7. So I kind of skipped ahead.
And the Most High said, "I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth."
Now keep in mind, he created us from the face of the earth. Remember, the earth referring to what? From the ground, meaning he took us from the dust, from a low state, and he brought us up to a high state. All right. Also, right, the earth is brown. If you dig deep into the earth is brown, and it comes in many shades of brown. You understand? This is another precept. All right. If you're spiritual enough to know that the Bible is black, the Latinos and Native Americans are black. They're brown. We come in many shades of brown. Go ahead.
Both man and beast and the creeping thing and the fowls of the air.
Right.
For it repented me that I have made them.
So the Lord said, listen, this is so horrible and this is so terrible that I'm going to just get rid of them. I'm going to destroy them. I'm going to get rid of them because how dare you put your rod into some heathen? How dare you as a Black, Latino, and Native American woman open your legs up to some heathen? How dare you? You understand? Now, this scripture within context is talking about the sons of God with the daughters of men. All right. However, the spirit behind it is none of us, no matter man or woman, are supposed to go outside of our nation and marry, because this is what love looks like. Love looks like staying with your own nationality. Go ahead.
Verse 8, Genesis chapter 6, verse 8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Most High.
So now Noah, one of our forefathers, found grace in the eyes of the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 9. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation. And Noah walked with God.
Now keep in mind, Noah walked with the Most High God. Keep that in mind. Noah walked with the Most High God, meaning he kept the laws, statutes, and commandments. All right. Does anybody know that's what it means to be perfect? There's a scripture where it says, "Thy law is perfect." I'm trying to remember. It's somewhere in Psalms. You can find it for me out. But I'm gonna prove to you being perfect has everything in relation to keeping the laws of God. And keep in mind, this is how Noah was perfect. Jesus Christ wasn't just the only perfect man in the Bible. So was Noah. Knock in the Hebrew. All right. So let's keep that in mind. And then while you find that for me, we're gonna get the next scripture we're gonna get is Deuteronomy chapter 7, 3 through 4. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3 to 4. It says Psalms 119 and 7.
Psalms
19. Yeah. Bubba Gwishah, Officer Mataza Karat, can you get Psalms 19 and 7 for me? And then after that, we'll go to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse Deuteronomy chapter 7, 3 and 4. All right. I'm trying to get to as many scriptures as I can so I can fill up your notebooks about what love actually looks like in the Bible. And I'm starting from the beginning, and I'm gonna make my way all the way to the end when it comes to what love actually looks like in the Bible. This is what brotherhood and sisterhood actually looks like. This is what it looks like right here. It's go ahead and read it.
The book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Most High is perfect.
There you go. So it says the law of the Lord, of the Most High God, Slaki, the law of the Most High is perfect. Meaning not lying is perfect. Not eating pork is perfect. All right. Not being a homosexual or a lesbian is perfect. Not interracially marrying is perfect. Not smoking weed and getting high is perfect. Let me tell you, for some of you brothers out there, stop being so dishonest. Stop being dishonest. Sometimes it's best to not be a liar, especially to women. I don't know if y'all know this. Women hate liars. Women despise liars so much to the point where they would rather deal with a child molester than a liar. I don't know if y'all knew that. Not saying that's okay. I'm not saying that's okay, but that's how much sisters despise and loathe and abominate liars. All right. They would rather deal with getting beat on, all right, and getting brutalized. I mean, beat the hell up with black eyes and everything. Everybody tasing each other, right? Before they deal with a liar. That's it. Don't be a liar. Just be honest. Have those hard conversations you may not want to have. It's okay. It's all right. All right. Now, with that said, some of you sisters, y'all can't handle the truth. If you're the kind of sister who's going to leave your husband because he has some other woman or whatever the case may be, it's probably best for you to stop asking. You can't handle the truth. That's it. You should really just shut up. Just be quiet and just be a good wife, because you can't handle the truth. It'll drive you crazy. It will drive you insane, and it will break up your entire family. So that would be my advice to you. All right. And that's the spirit of the law. All right. I'm just trying to teach you the spirit of the law. All right. Because we know sex is marriage. So if sex is marriage, you should let your soon to be wife, if you're going to wife her up, that this is what it is. Just don't be out here, dashing a bunch of rod in the sister and expect her to be, now you're my wife now. It don't work like that. It's a lot here. All right. Take it from me. It does not work. All right. Anyway, moving on. Continue.
Verse 7. The law of the Most High is perfect, converting the soul.
Converting the soul. This is the only way to truly convert. Christians talk about conversion all the time. I know. Y'all know, in the Christian church, the Protestant church, the Baptist church, the Methodist church, the AME church, the non-denominational church, the Pentecostal church, the Seven-Day Adventists, the Amish, the Salvation Army, they talk about what it means to convert, right? You want to convert to this. You want to convert to that. It's converting. Well, the only way to truly convert is right here in the Bible. You must be perfect by keeping the laws of God. It says it right here. And this is what Noah was. This is what love looks like right here. Go ahead.
The testimony of the Most High is sure.
Can anybody tell me what a testimony is? Can anybody in this room tell me what a testimony is? Anybody want to give it a shot? No, everybody's like, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The law, the testimony of the Most High.
There you go. Give also a call support here. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how many people, right? You know how many people have been taught because of Christianity? A lot of our people have been taught that a testimony is like some like overcoming situation. I got a testimony today. Oh, Jesus, somebody, whatever the hell they do, right? And they say, the Lord brought me through the waters and they took me through the ocean and I made it through my drug addiction. Oh, can we give Jesus Christ a hand? That's not a testimony. You understand? A testimony is keeping the laws of God. Stop being a homosexual is a testimony. You know what I'm saying? Being a testimony is no longer is learning that you weren't supposed to be a drug addict from the beginning. That's what a real testimony is. A testimony is the law of God. How do I know? Well, the scripture says it in the beginning of verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect. So this is how I know a testimony must be the law. And it's perfect. Please continue.
Making wise the simple.
And this is how you make the wise the simple. You think you're so wise. Them pastors, them bishops, them deacons, them evangelists who oppressed us during slavery and made us out to be our own bishops and deacons and evil ass evangelists. You think you're so wise. Well, this law is going to make you simple. This is what it means to be perfect. And Noah, he walked with God. Bring me back to Genesis, where it says Genesis chapter 6, verse 9, where it says Noah walked with God and he was perfect. Actually, Salakia, I did say we was going to go to Deuteronomy 7:3, right? Give me the Deuteronomy 7:3. We don't need to backtrack. I'm just going to say it. In Genesis chapter 6, verse 9, Noah was perfect because he kept the laws of God. This is what real love looks like. This is how you build a nuclear family. You must choose your own nation. You must choose your own race. You must have sex with your own people. That's what that means. Our people have not been having real sex. You don't know what it means to have real sex. Real sex is supposed to produce a husband like Adam. Real sex is supposed to produce the wife like Eve. Real sex is supposed to produce advantages for your entire race of people. And we're going to get that in the book of Ecclesiasticus later on if we get to it, chapter 26. If we don't get to it, I'm gonna just skip to it. You know what I'm saying? If I get too short on time. But go ahead and read, brother.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
It says what?
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
This is what the Lord said. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Now, keep in mind, let me give you a little bit of history real quick. Moses is known for writing down the law, but the law has always existed. Think about it this way. You didn't need to, it was never written down for you to put on clothes, was there? It was more so trained and installed on you as a kid to put some clothes on. Your father or your mother would dress you every morning and put clothes on your back to make sure you wasn't running around naked as a baby, so you can know when you're older, you should be wearing some clothes. Nowadays, children are running around naked, and now you see adults running around naked. It makes sense, don't it? Anyway, as a kid, you were raised and taught how to put on clothes. Well, imagine this was just verbal. Then Moses wrote down the law of saying you must put on clothes because you cannot be naked. That's essentially this right here. From Adam and Eve, we knew that we were never supposed to make marriages with other nations or races of people. Since Noah, which is why I brought up Genesis chapter 6, we knew that we were never supposed to have sex with other nations or races of people. So here we are in Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3, where it says, neither shall they make marriages with them. Now, of course, sex is marriage. Keep that in mind. Sex is marriage. Once again, sex is marriage. Now, for some of you brothers out there who like to be slick, that includes oral sex. All right? Oral sex is sex, ain't it? Would you want your woman to give oral sex to everyone and tell you to your face, well, that's not sex. I'm not having sex with him. All I did was give him or her oral sex. That's not sex. Does that make sense to you, brother? It does not. So if some sister is performing fellatio, and if you're a brother performing congolingus, that's marriage right there. Congratulations. You walk down the aisle. Congratulations. Now you must be together forever. The Bible says, neither shall thou make marriages with them. Go ahead.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
So if you have a sweet, loving, beautiful daughter, you were never supposed to give her to another man outside of your nationality of people. For an example, right? And this is what makes America so evil. If the father of Serena Williams truly had a say-so on who she was supposed to marry, she would have never married that devil to begin with. Now she looks like an oppressor. She looks like she's been on some meth. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I think she's been doing some drugs lately. But the drug that she's on is that white boy. You know, crack used to be called white girl back in the day. That's what coke was, white girl. Well, she's on that white boy. Literally, she's on that white boy. And she is so skinny and pale. She used to be a thick, beautiful black woman, dark skin. Now I don't know what she is. She reminds me of who was that sister who fell on stage with the she dressed up as the Statue of Liberty. Who's that sister? Everyone despises her. Wendy Williams, the water sister, the water. Give her a hand. Wendy Williams. She was dark skinned and now she looks like Wendy Williams. Now that's a hell of a change. Now Wendy Williams is a sister as far as I'm concerned. So she's beautiful. I'm not saying that she's ugly, but Wendy Williams, Wendy Williams is a little bit of light skin. This is why it was essential for a man or a father to really be in charge of who you marry. That's also for your sons, which we're about to get in. Read the rest of the scripture.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
And so when it says, nor his daughter shall thou take unto thy son, you are never supposed to give your sons unto their daughters. Like your Lamar Odoms, like your RG3s, like your Terrence Howards. Who else is there? Like Shannon Sharp. Listen, Club Shay Shay. Oh man. They done. Listen, we all tried to warn. Listen, Cat Williams must have been a prophet of God that day, because he said them white girls are going to be the death of you. And sure as hell, she got more money than his net worth throughout the years of him being famous. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to think about. A father was also in charge of who they give their sons to, because you, as a brother, you can't think outside of your erection. You can't. It's impossible. It's almost impossible for you to think outside of your erection. You just can't. You must go, and that's because of our oppressor, because he never thought outside of his erections. His entire life, our oppressor's life revolved and orbited around orgasms and climaxes. That's all he cared about. And once again, that's how we fashioned our lives, because we only saw how to be men by watching him. We were forced to be men like him. That's why we're no more than our erections. And so we don't know who to marry. We have this ideology now because of our oppressors and because of hip hop, MTV, and all this other stuff, that you can turn Suki into a housewife. All right, some 304 into a housewife. I'm not saying it's impossible, but why would you try? That's my question. Why would you even try? And also think about it. A lot of these brothers out here, like I said, because of our oppressor, we get wives based on what they can do in bed. You understand? That's not what a wife is. All right. I proved to you what a wife is and what a woman is. How many of you knew the word wife is just woman in Hebrew, which is shah? You understand? A wife is someone. If you go to Proverbs chapter 31, you don't have to. Nobody go. But I'm gonna just say it. Proverbs 31 tells you what a wife actually looks like, and it has nothing to do with the kind of fellatio she can give you. It has nothing to do with how she can throw it back. It has nothing to do with that. All right. It actually deals with her being resourceful and having the law of kindness in her lips and not being a monster from the Black Lagoon. You understand? Some of you sisters, some of you sisters out there, because of white women and because of our oppressor, because you learned how to be women from them, some of you are monsters from Lake Wannaweep on Kim Possible. That's what you are. How many of y'all remember? Listen, I might be a little young or a little old at the same time, but Kim Possible was one of my shows. I can't lie. And it was this lake called Lake Wannaweep, and it was a boy that was Gil. Some of y'all females are Gil out of Lake Wannaweep. That's what y'all are. You understand? You need to be cleansed. You need to get washed. All right, because you're nasty. Because you followed after white women, our oppressor. But please, continue whenever you can. We can go to verse 4. We're gonna stop at verse 4.
Verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods.
So this is the reason why the Lord said for us to not marry outside of our race, because this is what love looks like. Love looks like us not going after other gods. I don't know if you noticed, but when a black man marries a so-called white woman, his entire demeanor changes. his entire spirit changes. Sometimes you can't even communicate with him. Sometimes you got to be like, hey, brother, can you hand me that black card, please? Go get no, brother, give me the black card. We're gonna shred it. We're gonna burn it because I don't know why you did that. I don't know why you thought raisins and potato salad was a thing. I don't know. I don't stop having sex with her. You know what I'm saying? That's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean you decided that rags don't you don't need to use rags anymore to wash up? What are you talking about, brother? You just wash with the bar soap? So you just got Dove rubbing all over you with your hands. Brother, go ahead, give me the black card. We're gonna have to shred that, burn it. No. Can I get it? No, you can't get it back, brother. You can't get it back, brother. Nah, that's dead. Like, this is why the Lord said we were never supposed to have sex outside of our race. Because you'll start to serve their gods. And you'll start to become disgusting like them. You'll start moving like them. Your entire behaviors and your emotions would be just like them. Go ahead, please.
So, will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you?
Go ahead.
And destroy thee suddenly.
So keep this in mind. The Lord is going to be angry, all right, if you go outside of your race or your nationality, all right? And he's going to destroy you suddenly. Go ahead and talk to Club Shay. Say he'll tell you. he'll tell you. Lamar Odom will tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's horrible, you know. And some of you disgusting brothers out there will say, well, black women do the same thing. I mean, I would rather it done by a black woman than a white woman. All right. And then two, black women only do it because they learned it from white women. All right. Just keep that in mind. All right. If you think black women are so evil, then you've never met a real white woman before. Them white women are Annabelles. You understand? Remember that movie Annabelle? That's what a white woman actually is. She's your Chuckies, your Jasons. You understand? And your Freddy Cougars, your Nightmare at Elm Street. All right, who are the Grudge? That's who real white women are. What was that movie back in the day? I remember watching it. I was like a kid, and it was this white woman was crawling on the wall, and then she was like, her head was spinning, and throw up was everywhere. I forgot what the Exorcist, the Waters, it gives us the 9 hands. That's who white women are, the Exorcists. Stay away from the Exorcists. All right. I think that's what turned me off on white women. I said, oh, I don't know. I never seen no black woman do that. I'm good on that. Let the power of Christ repel thee. I said, forget about that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, give me to my next scripture. Give me Numbers chapter 25. Numbers chapter 25, verse 1. I'm gonna give you another occasion, all right, where interracial marriaging was also in the Bible, also in the Old Testament as well. All right, it's all over the Bible. And then we're probably going to get, after we got one more scripture dealing with interracial marriaging, and then we're probably going to get into how having sex with 304s is not good for the nuclear family. I know some of you, I'm breaking some of y'all brothers' hearts out there. Y'all love them sexy reds. I hear you. I hear you. Y'all love them Glorrillas and all them other 304s out there. All right. I'm gonna go into that. Go ahead and read Biblical Shop when you can.
Numbers chapter 25.
Yep, please.
Numbers chapter 25, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Israel abode in Shittim.
And so now Shittim is a place where the Israelites dwelt at one point in time in history. Please.
And the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab.
It said who?
Whoredom with the daughters of Moab.
So this is another occasion where the Israelites, all right, decided to once again interracially marry. Now, I love to pull this scripture, right? Because some of these fake Israelites be like, well, show me in the law where it says that we can't have sex with other nations and races of people. And I bring them first. I bring them, of course, to Deuteronomy 7:3. And you know what they say? Well, that's just talking about the Jebusites and the Canaanites and the Girgashites and all of that. Like, okay, you got me, brother. I don't know the Bible. You got me. I'm defeated. Uh-oh. Well, in Numbers chapter 25, verse 1, it literally says, and Israel and the people began to commit whoredom, which is dealing with sex, all right, and serving other gods, with the daughters of Moab. Now, how do I know that this isn't just talking about serving other gods? How do I know? Because the only way for you to serve another god, according to the Bible, is to have sex with them. I already proved that in the Bible. So that's exactly how I want y'all to display it. Like, just keep in mind, you would not be serving these other gods if our oppressor did not have sex with you. Willingly or unwillingly, they forced themselves on you and brutalized you, sexualized you, abused you, molested you, sexually assaulted you, and that's why you believed in their white Jesus Christ. It could not have had happened if it wasn't for sex. That's why I pulled Deuteronomy 7 and 3 and 4. Because this is how I know the whoredom with the daughters of Moab. How did the Israelites serve their gods and make sacrifices? Let's go to verse 2. It's because they had sex. Please.
And verse 2, and they called the people unto the sacrifices of their God.
It said what? It said, and addition to, they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods. The only reason why they're sacrificing to their gods is because Israelites were having sex with Moabites. Moabites would be the so-called Chinese man and woman today. All right, that's what I was talking earlier about that yellow fever right here. This is yellow fever is against the Most High God right here. There you go. All right, go ahead, please.
And the people did eat.
Now it says did eat because there are foods and certain foods that come with the worship of these other gods. That's why in Christianity, when you serve Caesar Borgia, the second son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome, who unalived his father, the homosexual lover of Leonardo da Vinci, a man who unalived his father and had sex with his sister Lucretia Borgia, is the reason why you eat pork. It's because you serve him. Now I'm not saying everybody ate pork. However, if you are a so-called Black, Latino, or Native American in Catholicism and Christianity, you was eating them chitlins and you was eating them pork sausages simply because of the God that you served. A diet comes with the God that you serve. You may not even know that your entire diet is fashioned behind who you had sex with or who you were forced to have sex with. Imagine that, please.
And bow down to their God.
And this is why you bow down to them. You give them power over you. You give them authority over you. That's what this is how it's happened. Their gods can only have power over you if you lust after them. If you lust after their men and you lust after their women. And the reason why it's really focusing on the men, because men play a crucial part of the nuclear family. All right. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but real quick, I'm probably going to sidebar. Have you noticed that the drug epidemic affected Black men and Latino men and Native American men more than Black women and Latino women and Native American women? I know some crackheads out there that are women, and they've recovered. For real. They've been drug addicts for years, since the 80s and the 90s, and now they got lives. They're school teachers, they're gym teachers, they're bankers now, they're accountants. They got their life together. But the men that were on the very same drugs, they still drug dealing and they still drug addicts out there. Why is that? Because these drugs were purposely meant to destroy Black men. Everything our oppressor has done and implanted into our communities was to destroy the Black men. That's why when it talks about the men committing the whoredoms with Moab, the destruction of our nation can and very well deal with men and then the woman. That's why our oppressor knew to back break you and not the woman. It would not matter. Oh, I can't say it like that. I don't want to say it like that. It wouldn't be as impactful if you took a woman and back broke her in front of everyone. It wouldn't be as impactful. That would just make us want to unalive you, right? But if we see you do this to a strong man, then me as a man, what chance do I have? You know what I'm saying? I have a chance because that's a woman. That's not proving anything. She's the weaker vessel. We can all take you on. But if you do this to a Terrence Howard or to a RG3, or if you do this to a Denzel Washington, whatever, oh yeah, do this to a LeBron James or Shaquille O'Neal, that will make certain men cower and back down. Like, I don't know, man. We might want to get in line. I don't want no ride in my anus. Listen, some of y'all brothers promised up and down in slavery you was gonna rebel. I'll tell you today, I'm in the fields because I don't want any ride in my anus. That's nah. You have to kill me. Just kill me. That's not gonna happen. Oh, I'm that brother who's gonna fight. Salaki, you had something, brother Salaki. Please.
Yeah, that was heavy point because you know the way the old precedent made it. You know what I'm saying? In society, it's very important for the women to know too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I don't really think they're aware, just like a lot of persons now. But like you said, they target the black man
right
so much for so long. You know, the black man is really destroyed.
Correct.
Or if not destroyed, it's hard for him to come up in this society in a way that a black woman can't really understand.
Right.
And that same damage been done to the black woman, but not as extensive as it has been done to the black man.
Absolutely.
That's good enough for the young black men coming up.
Damn right. Damn right.
Know that.
Exactly. Give also cost of our hand. That's a very heavy point. Like he literally he brought it home. He took me home with that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it's important to know these things. You understand? Please continue reading in verse 3, and that'll be it on that.
Verse 3. And Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor.
So Baal Peor was the god of the Moabites at that time. Please.
And the anger of the Most High was kindled against Israel.
Now, didn't we hear that somewhere before? Kindled against Israel. The anger of the Lord will be kindled against you. That's why I pulled up Deuteronomy 7, 3, and 4. How much time we got? Yeah, we got time. Go to Nehemiah. Brother Kwashah, take me to Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 23. Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 23, man. But yeah, man, we gotta understand how oppressive our oppressor really was to so-called black, Latinos, and Native Americans as a whole, to black men and black women. All right. And when I get on the topic of those 304s, when I get to Proverbs 2 and 16, I'm gonna really sell it home, because just the small things we don't even think about. All right, just the small things we don't even think about. Just how a woman talks and speaks and presents herself to the world affects so much of the black community. And they may not think so because our oppressor taught us that that doesn't really matter as much. But we're going to get through this real quick. You can start, Bubba Kwashah. Start at verse 23.
Verse 23, this is the book of
Nehemiah.
Nehemiah.
Chapter 13.
Chapter 13, verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod.
Ashdod, that would be the so-called Jewish man today, because the Jewish man is actually in the land of Ashdod now, where Ashdod is. And so when it talks about in those days also, because they were also there at that time, the Dukes of Esau, you'll see that. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod. Go ahead.
Of Ammon.
Mm-hmm.
And of Moab.
There goes those Moabites again. So now if you notice, it's being mad specific here. It was the Jews. Nehemiah saw this. And we're about to find out what Nehemiah did and also what they did. Verse 24.
Verse 24. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language.
In the Jews' language was the Lashon Kodash. All right, the holy tongue, the Hebrew. Because of interracial marriages, that took us away from our language. That took us away from our culture and our customs. And Nehemiah saw this. Go ahead.
But according to the language of each people.
So they were able to speak in Ashdod and Ammon and Moab. Go ahead.
Verse 25. And I contended with them.
Go ahead.
And cursed them. And smote certain of them.
So when it says I contended with them and cursed them and smote them, right? That's really saying, and make a long story short, Nehemiah went to war with them and fought them and whooped their tail, because this was such a horrible, disgusting sight. Now, keep in mind, Ezra and Nehemiah was roughly around the same time. All right, you'll see Nehemiah in the book of Ezra, and you'll see Ezra also in the book of Nehemiah, because this was roughly around the same time in the same time period. And we was in a state of an emergency of how much interracial marrying was going on. And we were damn near marrying ourselves into extinction, to where the Jews and the Israelites would no longer be a race of people because we would be so mixed bred. Well, here we are. Please continue.
And pluck off their hair.
In our meeting, he ripped your hair out. Have any of y'all ever got your hair pulled before? Some of y'all can't even right. Some of y'all can't even stand picking your hair in the morning. Some of y'all can't even stand combing your hair without putting some water on it. So imagine just getting your hair pulled out, please.
And made them swear by God.
So meaning he made them take an oath that day. You swear this to me by God this day. Go ahead.
Saying, ye shall not give your daughters unto their son.
Go ahead.
Nor take their daughters unto your son.
Go ahead.
Or for yourself.
Where was this said? I've read this in multiple places already. Like the spirit of love has always been dealing with your nationality, your ethnicity, your race of people. That's what real love looks like. Stop trying to have sex with these other races and nations of people. The Lord is against it. You must be against it in order for your entire race and nationality to benefit. Go ahead.
Verse 26. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things?
Now, it said, did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? King Solomon, he had, just like any Judites, had a problem with having sex with other nations or races of people. All right. And in his old age, he started to serve the gods of the women that he married. Now, if you don't know, he had like about 1,000 wives. I think it was like 700 concubines and 300 actual wives, whatever the case may be. Essentially, they were all his wives, and some of them were not just Israelites. They were other nations or races of people. Now, I can't imagine that. That's a lot of rod to pass around. I don't know. That's too much rod to pass around, too much mind, too much attention. I don't know. Maybe we were built different back then. I don't know. Maybe we need to maybe the Lord would give us new bodies so we'd be able to do so. But the body I have, brother, I don't know. Some of y'all brothers might be able to do it though. Listen. Go ahead, brother. But me, I don't know. That's too much for me to pass around. So I get 1,000. Goddamn. Anyway, but go ahead, please continue reading.
Yet among many nations was there no king like him.
Right.
Who was beloved of his God.
Mm-hmm.
And God made him king over all Israel.
So they're just letting you know, like, listen, even King Solomon did this and he was punished. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin.
So an outlandish woman is a heathen woman, someone outside of your race. Please go ahead. Verse 27. And we'll stop here at verse 27.
Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil?
So should we listen to you and continue to interracially marriage? Go ahead.
To transgress against our power and marrying strange wives?
It's like this right here. He's saying, should we follow you instead? Of course, absolutely not. All right. We are to keep the laws of God. The way we love each other is to not marry strange wives. It's in the Bible. It's throughout the Bible. You cannot prove to me that love has nothing to do with race. Love has everything to do with race and nationality and ethnicity. Please take me to Proverbs chapter 2 and 16. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 16. Let me see.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 2, verse 16.
Go ahead.
To deliver thee from the strange woman.
I think I might want to go up. Go up a taste. Go to verse 15. Let me see.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 2,
Nah, we good. We good. We can stay at verse 16. No sweat. We can start at verse 16.
16.
Go ahead.
2. Deliver thee from the strange woman.
Go ahead.
Even from the stranger which flattereth with her words.
So now, does anybody know what a strange woman is? A strange woman, in context of this, to make a long story short, is a 304, like a city girl. And it says to deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flattereth with her words. Some of these 304s will flatter you, regardless from other races of people or from your own. They will flatter you. They will entice you. All right. The Lord wants to deliver Black, Latino, and Native American men from these type of women. Now, I wanted to take me to Proverbs chapter 5, verse 3 through 4. Take me to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 4. Well, how much time do I got left? It's 8:40. I might have to go. I might have to skip ahead a little. All right. So while he gets that, let me break something down to y'all about how our sisters dress today and how they present themselves to the world. Everybody knows how, I'm pretty big on that, right? Nobody realizes how important it is for a woman to actually cover up and to not expose herself and not be so revealing. Like, there's a spirit behind that. Nobody realizes that our oppressor, right? Our oppressor wants Black women to be exposed. Our oppressor wants Black, Latino, and Native American women to be sexualized because they want to see as much as her body as possible, because they are absolute sickos and pieces of garbage. You understand? That's what they're attracted to. They're attracted to a woman constantly being naked, because that's all they care about. They don't care about a woman. They don't care about how virtuous a woman is, how skillful or resourceful a woman is. What matters to them is what a woman can do in the bedroom, what a woman can do while having sex. That's why it's essential for her clothing to be revealing, her clothing to emphasize the breasts, the tail, and the vagina. There's a reason to it, because they want to trap Black men and Latino men and Native American men in a trance of constantly going after sex. That's all they want on your mind. If your mind is all on sex, if your entire life's purpose and your entire life's goal is to go after a woman, you won't go after anything else. You won't go get a degree. You won't do any of that. The only thing you'll do is worry about, how can I have sex with this woman? Do I need money for it? Then I must get a job. So I'm going to work my tail off so I can get some tail. That is the reason why Black women and Latino women and Native American women have been brutalized and sexualized and abused to the point where they willingly expose themselves. You understand? And reveal themselves to the world that the way that they are, as 304s and city girls, like your sexy reds and your Sukis. And I don't know all of them. All right. But just think of any disgusting female who just dresses naked. You understand? And it was happening in the 70s. It was happening in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, early 2000s, the 2010s, and now in the 2020s. It's happening to this day. They want the minds of Black, Latino, and Native American men to focus on sex. Did you know that your brain as a man is wired to want to reproduce? That's for men and for women. They want you to reproduce. That's your brain. That's how you're made, right? But if you don't have any subduction, if you don't know how to subdue your brain and your mind and your pathways and your conscious and your imaginations, then your entire life will revolve around wanting to have sex with a woman. Is there anything wrong with having sex with a woman? Absolutely not. But not in the ways that we're doing now. So a woman must wear skin-tight clothes in order for her to sexually attract men, so men can be focused on being sexually attracted to women. Did you know, no matter how tight your clothes are, men would still be sexually attracted to you? And it wouldn't just be sexual attraction. It would be, okay, maybe there's a mental attraction I could be attracted to. Maybe there's a skill or some resource, or her being resourceful. You understand? Like, that's the danger. Like, no one understood the dangers behind a woman just putting on clothes. Women will be like this. Well, why does it matter how much clothes I put on? I should be able to wear what I want. You should be able to, right? However, you can't, because look how it affects the entire community. Please.
Yeah, I think, you know what I'm saying, you know, a lot of these women, you know what I mean, you know, they flatter themselves so much, you know, think so goddamn, you know, highly of themselves, you know, and I'm not saying it's an excuse, you know what I'm saying, but a lot of, you know, it's getting so bad, it seems like to me, a lot of brothers going the other way now. That be one of the reasons why they're going that way, you know what I'm saying? And then they subtly doing what they doing, they don't know it's very subtle in some cases, but they pushing that agenda on the children. So you got 2, 3-year-old, 5, 10-year-old girls already destined to be a damn 3 or 4.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And the sisters just don't realize what they're doing to themselves, their children, you know what I mean? And don't know man want no certain type of woman. Like you said, women could be covered up. A man is really always more attracted to the spirit of a woman, more or less, than, you know, her body. Because once you get past the body, what do you got?
Exactly.
After he done hit you and laid with you, then he done already got that. So what's love?
Exactly.
Your mind and, you know, the spirit, what type of woman you. So that's what a man is really attracted to, just in case sisters want to know.
Exactly. Word is bond. Give also calls up our hand. Bubba Kwashad, because that's absolutely correct. And a lot of you brothers out there need to learn. All right, keep having all this sex. Vagina is going to get tired to you. You're going to get exhausted from it, and then you're going to have to find a man to have sex with because you know listen, I'm gonna be real with you. That's the next step, because eventually, right? Because no one knows this, right? Let me break it down to you, right? I'm gonna break it down to you. Did anybody, and some of y'all may not be aware, but did you know the process of an orgasm and a climax is equal to taking a drug like ecstasy? It gives you that euphoria. So you can be addicted to the idea and the process of climaxing and having an orgasm. And the more you do it in the way that you're doing it now, that's going to get old. So you're going to have to find new ways to reach that initial high, right? Especially, and then on top of the pornography, on top of the explicit content and the OnlyFans, eventually tail is going to get old. And then you're attracted to these bad hoes out here, these bad bees, these boss bees. Well, one more time, I'm gonna say this one more time. I hate to say it, all right, but keep looking for them bad bitches. You're gonna find you a good man. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. You can keep it up. I dare you. You don't know what a actual woman looks like. You know what I'm saying? You think that's a woman? That is a man, brother. There's a lot of them outside. You'll run into them. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Yeah, And then you gonna beat them up? Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna kill them? Okay, no problem. How about you stop being so disgusting for once in your life? Just for once. I'm only asking you just for this one time. Stop being so disgusting, so infatuated with sex. Learn how to read a book for once. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to do some math. Go work out. Go to the gym. Learn how to be a better version of you. All right? The world doesn't revolve around vagina. I know you might think it does. Some of you teenagers out there, that's all y'all know. that's all y'all know is I want some vagina. All right. Right, because of that pornography and because of that OnlyFans. Listen, leave it alone. You'll get there one day. All right. But it ain't gonna be today. Moving on. All right. You can read verse 3.
Verse 3. For the lips of a strange woman drop as in honeycomb.
There you go. Go ahead.
And her mouth is smoother than oil.
So keep in mind, right? A strange woman, she's like a honeycomb, meaning she's sweet, right? And it says her mouth is smoother than the oil, meaning she speaks well. She speaks enticing, I should say. Like she's very enticing. She's gonna tell you the world, because all she wants to do is have sex with you as well. Because she's a 304. That's all she knows. Because she was abused to be that. Please go ahead.
Verse 4. But her end is bitter as wormwood. Sharp as a two-edged sword.
It said what?
Sharp as a two-edged sword.
It says sharp as a two-edged sword. Does anybody know what wormwood is, by the way? Wormwood, does anybody know what wormwood is? Go ahead. No, not quite. Yeah, wormwood. You want to give it a shot? Anybody know? No. Oh, okay. I hear y'all. You know what it is by any chance? Okay. It's close. Right. Well. Okay. You guys are okay. Maybe you guys are on the right track, because there is a process of being able to take wormwood and make it into that. Initially, wormwood is extremely poisonous. Before it goes through that process of being a cleanser, like you wouldn't drink bleach, would you? But it cleans, right? Right. Well, right. So y'all talking about wormwood being clean? It is. But if you try to ingest it, it'll kill you. It'll unalive you. So it's poisonous. And so when it says, but her end is bitter as wormwood, she's poisonous. A 304 is poisonous. You understand? You want to know what kind of woman you should be having sex with. You shouldn't make, like, all of these women, some of these women out here, and some of you brothers, but I'm talking about the sisters real quick, they were never supposed to be made a wife. They were never supposed to be had sex with. You know what I'm saying? And that actually brings me to my play that video, brother. Play that video of that sister talking. I'm gonna show you a sister who slightly should not have had sex with, but she's also onto something though at the same time. She's onto something at the same time. However, I'll just break it down. Play that video. It's not a bad video. She's speaking. All right.
I'm just not interested in that. If you want to be out here smashing everything, go do that. I desire to have a monogamous relationship. If the time comes and we need to have a conversation about being open, that's a completely different ballgame. But I don't want to start in an open relationship, because how you start something is often how you finish it. So I'm not even going to put myself into the position of being into an open relationship.
So how do you
now I'm put in the done and ditched category, and that's not me. Don't even lie down with me until you're ready to give some kind of commitment. Don't do it. Be my friend. Get to know me. See if you even like me. And if you don't like me, definitely don't smash me. But if you do like me, am I valuable enough to you for you to get rid of this other stuff that you have going on? And if I'm not, I never will be. And I'm not going to put myself into the delusion thinking that I can change a man. I can't. A man is going to be.
That's it on that. All right. So when I say the sister was on to something, meaning she's almost like she's there. Like she's there. Now, I'm gonna give y'all some clarity, right? As a brother, all right? Not many, if you just know yourself as a brother, because I wanted to use this as a learning curve, right? This is the kind of woman you wouldn't want to have sex with. And here's why. Not because she's a terrible woman, so to say, but you want to focus on the views and the perspective of what a woman wants. Don't be so selfish in that category, right? And also as a brother, you want to know yourself. If you know that you're the kind of man who wants more than one woman, make that clear. Just make it clear. Just let that woman know, hey, I believe in having wives, or I already have wives. And before we move forward, these are the things that you must know about me. Because you do want to give that sister the chance to say, I want to either deal with this or I do not. Right? And if more sisters kind of had that kind of mentality in a way, if you put it into like a righteous perspective, you would see a lot less mothers out there. You really would. Right? And if brothers were able to move on that mentality as well, then you would see certain brothers have either one wife, 2 or 3, 4 wives, and everyone else just single as hell, because we should not be having sex with them, because it's okay. I'm not monogamous, and you want monogamy. I'm not into trees. I don't believe in that mahogany shit. I'm good. I don't know what kind of tree you like. I don't know. I'm not into that. I'm into marriage. As a black man, I'm into marriage. As an Israelite man, I'm into marriage. And marriage is either a man with a woman or a man with many women, and that's that. And that's just how it's going to be. But as a brother, you must express that. So if you a young man out there or a man out there you want to move a certain way. You want to have those hard conversations. It's going to be tough. Keep in mind too, it's okay to not have sex with a woman. Think about it that way. It's okay. You don't have to have her. I promise you don't have to have her. Let some other brother have sex with her and ruin her life. Please let it happen. Sometimes it's needed. Sometimes she needs to realize that monogamy stuff ain't what you thought it was. Sometimes it can be. I'm not saying it's all bad, right? But hey, listen, sometimes it's better for you to not have sex with her and some brother deceive her because you are honest. You were honest and said, this is what I am, this is what I'm about. And if you're not with that, you good. And she'll get with a brother who's going to lie to her and still have other women. And she's going to hate him. But you know what? At least she respects you. That's better. That's why when she said it's better to be a friend, that's why I tell brother, be a brother to that sister first. Get to know her, learn what she likes, learn what her dislikes. You should be mainly focusing on if y'all believe in the same God. You might want to start there. All right. Like these are just have that tough conversation. You don't have to have sex with her. You understand? It's 8:55. I might as well start wrapping it up. I won't be able to get to the rest of the 30,000 scriptures that I had for this topic. So it might be a part 2. But this is the process of building a nuclear family, right? Is dealing with your race of people and not having sex with 304s and being an honest brother. That's how you build a nuclear family. Be honest with them sisters. And also, sisters, be honest with yourself. No, please know what you want. All right. And when it comes to you handling the truth, you might want to just look deep down inside, look yourself in the mirror and be like, am I really the type of sister who can be told this type of information? Like, this is how you build a nuclear family. Like, you got to be real with yourself. Brothers got to be real with themselves and real with others. And sis, you got to be real with yourself and you must be real with others. With that, I pass the class to Officer Carson Park. And I'll face the camera towards you. Yeah, over there, yeah.
Okay, these are security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, the Feast of the Memorial of the Blowing of Trumpets. That'll be September the 21st. Wow. Okay. And that concludes the announcements. Let's give a salute to the teacher, Amijah. Amijah Shabbat. Men of Israel. Amijah Shabbat. Barak.
Amijah, you go back to Amijah, then Barak.
Amijah Barak. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Barak Thah.
Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Barak Thah.
Now, Nanamitah, and salute the sisters. Amijah Shabbat.
Men of Israel, Amijah Shabbat.
Men of Israel, Amijah Shabbat. Amijah Rock.
Yahweh Shamar Al-Thun by Shem Yahushai.
Yahweh Shamar Al-Thun by Shem Yahushai.
I'm Ty. Dismissed.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're...
Man, it's gonna save all them tapes right there. Yo. And then the reading right here is, she asked if I'm a prophet. I said absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me, best salute me, absolutely. She asked if I'm a prophet. I said absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me, best salute me, absolutely, absolutely.
Bible on my right and a chopper in my other hand.
Everybody is trying to find and recreate the identity of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Every few years, black people get a new identity. America wants the black man, the Latino man, the Native American man to his blood, sweat, and tears. They work us to the damn bone.
Come and pay a visit for your last year. I'm truly up. Make a move unless we tune you up. Absolutely, man. We know you cause you ain't fooling us. With them things trying to cool
our state, for whom our state. This whole world was made for blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And the other nations know it. And because the other nations know it, they make sure to keep us underneath them. Come upon you before the fifth angel of the Lord come upon you, black man, Native American Indian man, Hispanic man. You understand? It's about to get oppressive out here. You only have I know, man. You only have I know of all the families on the earth, man. Right? You only have I know, man. So therefore, he will punish us for all of our iniquities, which is our sins, man. All out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of Jerry Hunt. We are not affiliated with any fake Israelite groups or anybody else. Today, we're bringing out the truth of the Bible, that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Jews that the Bible speaks of. That's right.
He gon' spot you, then get you. You don't speak about it, it's not an issue. This one West world got a ring to it. I married the truth, put a ring to it.
Yes, if I'm a prophet, I said absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me, best salute me, absolutely. She asked if I'm a prophet, I said absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me, best salute me, absolutely, absolutely.